Power 106.7. Live and direct. Let's go.
Hey, this is Todd Carmichael from Dangerous Grounds. Double J, I love your face.
Hey, there he is. Can I just start this interview by saying, when I was doing research on you, more than what they sent me in a press release, I was really impressed at some of the crazy stuff that you do, man.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what did you read? Which one did you read about?
Well, one of the things I read was that you tried to walk across, what desert was it by yourself?
Death Valley, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's nuts, Todd.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay?
I'm telling you, it gets really hot out there, guys. Just a heads up.
How many times have you tried it?
Twice, and I cracked that nut because, you know, I have the world record for crossing Antarctica, which is the coldest place on Earth, and I wanted to cross solo on sport and 8 off-road in the hottest. I came so close and had equipment failure.
And can I just say, for the Antarctica thing, you actually hold the world record as the fastest person to do it, correct?
That's right. The first American, first male solo, first guy to do it without a team. And
that could be taken in a very weird way, you know. Hey, fastest guy in the world, first guy to do it without a team. You're all, whoa, Todd, calm down.
I did it all alone.
What goes through your head that makes you say, hey, I want to cross Death Valley or I want to cross Antarctica? Like, what are you smoking?
He's crazy, LB. He's crazy nuts. It's all the coffee he drinks.
What kind of coffee do you have?
Ooh, yeah, exactly. But I got the special kind. I don't know what it is. I just think that it's just something that gets into you. I'm a bit like a hound, you know, and I think it describes, you know, my day job when I'm hunting for coffee, like on the show. It's I get a scent in my nose, and I can't think clearly until I get it. You know, it's just that I'm like a hound. I'm on the trail, and then when it's done, I find a little piece. And then another scent comes by, you know?
Right. If you just tuned into the program, we're talking with Todd Carmichael. He's the host of Travel Channel's series Dangerous Grounds. Let's talk about the show. You go through some of the world's most dangerous places to get coffee. Amazon jungles of Brazil. Ugh, Brazil, I bet you hated it there, huh?
Oh, it was rough.
My wife is Colombian, and she always says there's one place you should never go, and it's Brazil. They have great coffee, but Brazil is a horrible place to go to. Why was Brazil so rough? Did you get kidnapped?
Well, no, because, you know, there are 27 different states in Brazil, and some of them are just great, man, and just awesome. But out in the Amazon side, along the Bolivian border, it's a bit of a war zone right now. But it also grows a specific variety of coffee that I needed for Mario Batali. And Mario wasn't going to have this coffee unless I found this thing. And it was, you know, there was a lot of writing on it. You know, like Target was just this huge deal. So I headed out into the Amazon, and it wasn't like the suburbs of Rio at all. I mean, it's pretty much in massive conflict. You know, all the cocaine that comes in across the border from Bolivia comes in through there. The police have left the state. There's no military. There's no police, and it is a wild west.
So the drug lords are really running that place.
Yeah, and both sides of the border. You know, really on both sides. And you know, that's the thing. You know, I think it would be normal if someone asked me, Todd, I mean, what's the story here? I mean, you're traveling to some of these crazy places, right? For coffee. I mean, a coffee tastes like coffee.
Right.
And I agree, man. I mean, 99% of the time, I totally agree. But see, it's that 1%, dude. There's those coffees that are so outrageous.
And that's what I don't understand. Like, I've never had this kind of coffee that you're talking about, right? Like Starbucks to me is crazy to go pay $5 for a cup of coffee. What is the difference between the best Starbucks coffee and the kind of coffee that you got for what's his name, Mario
Batali or Jean-Georges? I mean, here, I guess the only way I could explain it is, you know, maybe 30 years ago you had like two kinds of cheeses in America, right? You had orange and you had white, and that was it, right? Yeah. And people would say, I mean, Todd, I don't get it. I mean, cheese is cheese. I mean, and then you find, wow, you know, there's a different world. Beer, it's the same thing, you know. And I'm not playing down a beer because I'll have a Budweiser next to the barbecue too. But you know that 30 years ago you had Heidelberg, you know, and then we discovered that there are these flavors possible. They're outrageous. Well, see, coffee falls into that category. It does. I think a lot of times people look at me and say, you know, if you go to Starbucks and, you know, hey, they gave me my start, it's still Velveeta, man. I mean, there's some stuff out there that's less than $5. That's the extraordinary thing.
When we come back, I want to find out what is the best kind of coffee that you can get. Let's say you go to a supermarket. More with Todd Carmichael from Travel Channel's Dangerous Grounds Net. It's Power 106.7 today and back in the day. Double J in the morning. Todd Carmichael is his name. He is the host of Dangerous Grounds on the Travel Channel. Todd, let me ask you this. What is the best kind of coffee that you can buy, say, at an Albertsons or a Smith's or something like that? Just your average grocery store.
Oh, man, that's
best tasting.
So rough. That's the thing, man. I would, let's say I didn't own a coffee roasting company, or I would say, dude, don't buy at a grocery store. Forget it. I mean,
really?
No, man, because that stuff is, it's commercial. It's been sitting on shelves for months, in warehouses and stuff. And coffee is a bit like fish, It's like, well, it's going to go bad on you. Not bad, Laura, if poisons you.
Enough
but you're
about
not going to get the
LB's
flavors in you. It's going to cost a lot for what you get. I mean, nowadays I would go online, go to the famous roaster, and just click one of these things. Choose an do yourself a favor and choose an Ethiopian coffee. And if listen, send your receipts into my address if it sucks, because it probably won't. And you're gonna have it and go, oh my God, that's just Crazyville.
If you just tuned into the program, we're talking with Todd Carmichael. He's the host of Travel Channel's series Dangerous Grounds. Is there really coffee that an animal poops out?
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, okay, there's this animal. It's called a civet. It looks a bit like a cat, right? And they're pretty common around coffee farms. They're like squirrels, really, because they eat. Coffee is actually a cherry, right?
Right.
And they're really picky. They only eat the real ripest ones, and then they poop it out, right? And I swear, I mean, excuse me, but man, it looks a bit like a payday, on the ground. It's just like, there's a payday. And then next time you eat a payday, think about me.
Right.
And some people pick that up off the ground and then they roast it, and then really wealthy people pay lots of money for it, and it just strikes me as crazy because it's not really that good. I mean, it's not worth it.
You're drinking crap coffee, literally.
I know. I think it's just the novelty that whatever you're drinking was, pooped. It's like, I think that's it. Because it's not the higher echelon of coffee. You know what? People are paying. I've seen that as expensive as $300 a pound.
Wow.
For poop. And you go, okay, no, wait a minute. We got to get a hold of ourselves. And I guarantee you, if it was really, really that delicious, I would be telling you right now.
The second season of Dangerous Grounds premieres when? The 28th?
Yeah, the 28th, Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
I'm an idiot. That's tonight.
Yes.
That's tonight, dude.
What the hell? You know what I need? I need some of that poop coffee.
Crap coffee.
I need crap
You need
coffee.
some.
Just one final question. Do you ever wear a bulletproof vest when you're out looking for coffee in the crazy places?
No, I don't. I just keep myself on alert, and I'm ready to run at any time.
Todd, you really are crazy.
He is a nut job, isn't he? Todd Carmichael from Travel Channel's Dangerous Grounds. It's tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it.
You guys the best.
And that's how it's done.
Wake up, wake up. Wake up with Double J in the morning. Weekdays 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Power 106.7.